So video is a big part of Time.com. I mean, you guys have been focused on video. Tell us sort of what the roadmap is in terms of editorial.
Sure.
And also about sharing and monetizing that content.
Sure. So video, as you said, it's become a much bigger part of what we're doing at Time.com and really at Time Inc. overall. Probably starting around the summer of last year, we really made a significant move to increase content volume on Time.com. So the daily news reporting velocity and video was a key part of that. Importantly, though, we've been talking about it as qualitative volume. So while we increased the volume of content, we also were making sure that the quality was increasing at the same time. So again, video was a key part of that. Another thing that we've done, and we just released it, was our new responsive redesign. And with that redesign, there's been also a big focus on showcasing this increased volume of video that we're doing on the site now. So we have video player is larger size format, so really it's a much better experience for the user. We're showcasing video on the home page, higher above the fold, really doing a lot to showcase the video across the site. You asked about Taboola. So Taboola has been really helpful in terms of recirculating video across the site. So what used to happen and what still does happen in some instances is editors are selecting related content. So if it's a news story, an editor may choose certain video or other content that they feel is going to help tell the story, enhance the user experience. But more and more we're relying on Taboola to help with that video recirculation, leveraging their algorithms to offer up the most interesting, most relevant video to that user. And we've really seen a big lift in the volume of video streams across the site as we've rolled Taboola out across the site and all articles, et cetera. So that's been a big help.
So are those basically videos that you guys produce that go across the different platforms then, or is it other content, or?
So we use Taboola in multiple ways. So for internal research, we use them. So that's video that we're creating, that Time's creating, again, to recirculate content across the site as users move from page to page. We also work with Taboola as a syndication partner or distribution partner. So at the end of stories or in between stories, there's a Taboola module showcasing other publisher content, and there's a paid relationship there. So as users click and engage with that content, we make some money and we share some of that revenue back with Taboola.
So tell us about the paid scenario. Paying for traffic.
Sure.
And, some publishers would be shocked to talk about that, but of course, publishers are looking for building traffic.
Right.
What's the opportunity to build traffic outside of your site?
Sure.
When do you spend money to do that?
Right.
What's some of the strategy around that?
Okay. So the vast majority of the distribution we're looking to do off-site is through our organic channels. So obviously search is a big part of that. Social media is a big part and a growing part. And that's not just on desktop, but tablet and mobile. Surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, mobile is becoming a much bigger channel for us for video views. I think about 20% of video views on Time.com are happening on mobile web, and that's up from just over 10% a year ago. So all of these other organic channels are really working hard to bring in users to our video. But every now and then, we need to do a little bit extra. And we started testing really toward the end of last year with a little bit of paid media. Taboola was one of the vendors that we worked with. We've worked with some others to really see if buying some traffic can help bring in users, and really trying to test the waters on what's it going to cost to bring in that incremental user. And we've done that to help support some advertising programs that are on the site. So an advertiser sponsoring an editorial feature that we want to drive some additional traffic, and we've just tested it in other editorial situations where there was no ad sponsor. Again, we're really in testing mode now, and we're not doing a significant amount of that.
So great. And what about, you know, having the widgets on Time sites or seeing the widgets on other news sites? We've
Sure.
seen so many, and they're pervasive, and
Yep.
it's a popular and a useful way for publishers to
Sure.
derive revenue. What about the editorial relevance of
Right.
those widgets on news sites, and
Yeah.
how is that customized or created so you guys are happy, your editors
Sure.
are happy, and it's a successful business? Tell us a little bit about some solutions there.
Yeah. So we work very closely with the editorial team, and you know we've had to tweak the way that we showcase Taboola, and you know we'd worked with another partner. So we've worked closely with Edit when they've had concerns about either specific stories that were being promoted or just the look and feel of the module, its location. You know, Edit has to really buy into the whole experience. So we've really, I'd say, improved that user experience, not just from the quality of content that's showing up in these modules, but just how it really fits within the overall look of the site. And Taboola's rolled out some tools that have helped with that as well. So a user coming to the site can now you know, mouse over any of the stories that are being promoted through their module and you know, vote down a story if they don't think it's appropriate. So there's some user feedback there that's helping. And of course, you know, again, if an editor sees something that they don't feel is right, is appropriate for the site or for our audience, you know, a quick email or phone call to me or someone else on my team, and we can reach out to Taboola and have that pulled, you know, almost instantly. So it's really worked well so far.
And finally, what are the opportunities of video outside of the journalism of Time.com? We talk a lot about branded content
Sure.
and so forth. What are the opportunities for you guys, either stuff that you're doing with advertisers, with the
Right.
agencies, or videos that you're hosting? What is the opportunity, what's the appetite, and how do you surface up, I guess the buzzword is native advertising
Sure.
through Time.com?
Yeah. So, you know, native is going to be, or is a growing part of what we're doing on Time.com. And, you know, video is certainly a key part of that. You know, all content types, whether it's text or photography, which is big to the Time brand, video will certainly be part of that. We have an in-house marketing studio that helps fulfill content. So if an advertiser comes to us, they can work with this studio to help produce text, video, etc. So you'll be seeing more and more of that on Time.com as we move forward. The interesting thing, and I think this came up earlier in the other panel, is when you talk about authenticity, right, and how critical that is for this native content. One of the things that, you know, we believe about Time, or brand like Time, is, you know, we're a very, very trusted brand. And again, back to, you know, the idea of the halo effect of a media brand publisher like Time, that trust, that authenticity that comes with this brand. And I think advertisers through native, you know, would like to run in an environment that has that, you know, that built-in trust. And so, you know, that halo effect kind of really goes back to that advertiser and the content that they're creating. So we think that's very important as native becomes, you know, a bigger and bigger part of the advertising mix. You want to be in those trusted environments, and Time is certainly that.